much harder than my mom ever gets.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start standing with our feet slightly externally rotated, wider than our hips. And you're going to take your arms out to the sides. And then from here, we're going to hinge forward with a straight back. So just like this, straight back, keep your tailbone up, and then come on up. Deep breath in, and then exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, come up. So really try to keep your knees straight, hinging from the hip. And again, lengthening, lifting that tailbone, untucking your pelvis as you hinge. Keep going. Let's do 4 more slowly. Last 3. And 2. Last one, hinge forward. Let's stay there. You're gonna lower your hands down onto the mat, bend your knees, and then from here, straighten your knees, and then bend them back again. Stretching out those hammies. Bend and straighten, don't rush through it. And you don't have to straighten all the way if that doesn't feel right. Let's do 4 more. Last 2. Last one. You're gonna straighten your legs. You're gonna straighten your back and lift your hands out to T, just like we were doing, and then come all the way up. And then let's go ahead and side bend. One hand goes over your head, the other one under like this, and you're reaching in opposite directions. And then come back to T, and other side. Reach, reach, reach.
Right.
On each side. And 1 more each way. And last one. All right, lower your arms. We're gonna get down to the floor. I like to come down like this. We're coming into my lunge position. Hands on the thigh that's in front of you. Lower down on the other knee. And then bring the other one down. So we're gonna come onto all fours. Hands underneath shoulders, knees under your hips. Well, let's lift your right leg up, or whichever leg you want, and reach it back. Make sure you're not opening up the hip. You want to keep that right hip down, belly pulled in, not arching our lower back. And then lower the leg. Other side. Reach back with the left. And then exhale, lower it down. Try not to shimmy too much side to side when you switch legs. Pretend you have like a glass of really nice wine on your back, and as you're switching, you want to make sure that that glass doesn't fall off of you. And left, and let's add the opposite arm on the next one. Oh, one leg goes back, opposite arm reaches forward. And lower. And switch sides, inhale, reach, reach, reach. And lower. Keep going. Let's do 1 more on each side. Last one. Gonna go ahead and sit back in child's pose. Stretch out for a second. All right, and we're gonna come back into all fours, and you're gonna tuck your toes. And then from here, you're gonna lift your knees off the mat like an inch or two and hover and hold. And then we're gonna lift our hips up into a downward dog. Lower your heels. And then come back into all fours, hovering your knees. And then again, lift the hips up. Stretch out here for a couple seconds. And then bend your knees and hover. And again, lift the hips. And then hover. Let's do 3 more. Downward dog. And all fours hover. Last 2. And last 1, downward dog. And bend your knees, lower down and relax. All right, we're gonna come onto our side. I'm gonna start with my left forearm. If you wanna join me on the same side. So first thing, we're gonna push the ground away from us so our shoulder doesn't creep up to the ear, and then lift our left obliques. So instead of this, I want to see this. Good. We're gonna bring our heels together, toes apart, both knees are bent. And then your bottom foot is still on the ground. We're gonna open into our clam and then close. Make sure that your top hip is stacked on top of the bottom one, so when the knee opens up, it doesn't roll backwards.
Can you smell this mat? Oh my God, it's so strong. It's new. It's gonna make it easier to get sore throat.
On your next one, let's go ahead and lift the feet off the ground, heels together, toes apart still, and continue opening and closing.
This is a barman.
This is a barman?
Yeah.
And 4, 3, 2. Last one. And lower your feet. Take your top leg up and then bring it right in front of you, in front of your hip. You're gonna give me little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little circles forward. 10. Little circles right from the hip. Try to keep this leg straight as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reverse it. Stay lifted on that side. Jay, I see you.
Oh.
5,
You have to see me. I'm hiding behind Phoebe.
2, 1. Last piece, you're gonna tap the floor and then lift the leg back up. And tap and lift. And you got 8 left. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You got it. Last 2, 2, last 1, and relax. Okay. Let's do a quick stretch before we go to the other side. So I'm gonna cross my top leg, the one that I just worked, over my bottom leg like this. Whew.
Ow.
Yeah, no, I'm tight. And then we're gonna twist. And you're gonna twist the opposite way, the other direction. All right, uncross your legs. I'm gonna go to the other side. Okay, so right forearm, Heels together, toes apart. Your bottom foot still on the toes on the ground. And open and close. Okay, lift it now on this right side. Again, important not to drop this hip back, otherwise you're not doing the hip work. And let's go ahead and lift our feet off and continue with the clams. And you have 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, lower your feet, lift the top leg up, bring it in front of you, little pulses up. 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle forward. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last piece. You're going to tap the ground and lift. And 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, and relax. Woo. All right, let's do that stretch.
Ow.
And then twist the other way. All right, and let's come on to our backs. All right, knees are bent. We're gonna go for a bridge here. So we're gonna do articulating bridge. Arms by your sides, create that space in your lower back, and then from here, you're gonna tilt the pelvis forward, press your lower back against the mat, and then slowly come up into your bridge. And take a deep breath in, exhale bone by bone. You're gonna lower back down, feeling that waistline reach the mat, and then lifting that lower back off a little bit. Keep going. Let's do one more. And lower all the way down. Now we're going to come up onto our toes. So we're going to lift our heels off the mat and then roll up into the bridge. From here, keep your heels lifted. You're going to take your left leg into tabletop. Open the knee out to the side and scoop that foot under your other leg. So like this. So you're opening the hip up. And then come back to tabletop. And then 4 more. Scoop it under. Twist at the waistline. And come back. You don't have to stay lifted on your toes. You can lower your heel down. And 3. And 2. And last one. And bring it back into tabletop. Lower your foot down, lower your heels, and lower your hips. And of course, we have to do the other side. Lift back up, or come onto your toes first, or stay down on your heels. Lift your hips, take your right leg up. Go ahead and scoop it under your opposite leg and open up the hip. And come back into tabletop. 4 more. Exhale here. Inhale, lift the leg back up. And 3. Oh, keep going. And last one. And lower down and relax. Okay.
Interesting. So hard, much harder on the left side.
Okay, since we're here, we're gonna add the bridge variation I was gonna do later, but might as well do it now. So just have one of the heavy weights near you. We're gonna start with lifting our hips into our bridge, no articulation, you can just push them up. And then from here, walk your feet out, as far out as you can go for your hamstrings, and then walk them back. And keep walking out. Keep your hips lifted, and walk back. Let's do this 3 more times. And last 2. And again, you don't have to walk out far. And last 1. Walk back and lower your hips. Actually, the weight's going to come in later. Bring your hands behind your head. Yeah, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift your head and your shoulders up. And then when you lower, you're going to push your hips up. Lower the hips and then lift your head and shoulders. Lower head and shoulders, push the hips up. Keep going. Exhale, head and shoulders. Inhale as you lower, and then exhale as you lift the hips. Let's do 4 more. And 3.
My left leg keeps cramping.
2. Shake it out. And last 1. All right. Okay. Push yourselves up. We're going to stay seated, but I want you to grab your light weights.
Here's your weights. Where's your light weights? She said grab your light weights.
Well, I thought you like.
Light, like the lightest you got.
Okay. Leg weights.
So you can have a seat however it feels comfortable, like this, like I'm sitting, or on your heels, whatever works. All right, when you're ready, you're gonna take your hands into a goal pose position. Hold on, sorry. This cat's driving me nuts. Okay, and then from here, you're gonna straighten one arm over your head, bring it down, and then switch, and then left. And right. And perfect. Keep alternating, try not to lift your shoulder up like this. Breathe, lengthen up, make sure you're not collapsing in your back. One more on each side. And then both arms up and down. And 7. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one, bring them halfway down. We're gonna do little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower the arms down. Okay, bring your elbows to your rib cage and then open up the arms up to the sides like this. You're gonna reach one arm out into a diagonal and then bring it back. And then switch. And reach, 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 pushing that, plugging that shoulder back. One more on each side. And then both arms reach out and in, and out, and in. And 4, 3, 2. Last one, bring it in halfway, little pulses out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay. Okay. All right, from here, arms up, shoulder height. You're gonna lift one arm up over your head and then switch. Four more. 2. Last one, now both arms for 8, 7, almost there, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, keep them lifted, little pulses here, last 10, 9, 8, got it, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. That's why I said the lightest weights you got.
They were light until those.
Exactly. Okay. Let's come on to what's this? Okay, sorry. Let's come on to our knees. Still holding the light weights. Now you have an option to work your hip here a little bit by taking your leg out to the side like this. So what we do, unless you have a carpet, it might be hard for your leg to slide. But let's see. What we're gonna do is you're gonna slightly sit back, so your arms are lifted a little bit. Sit back and hinge forward. So you'll notice your leg will go out to the side a little, and then come back up. If that doesn't work, you can just stay on your knees and hinge forward, lifting your arms slightly. Okay? So find what works for you. But try to keep your back straight as you hinge, so it's not rounding forward. You're sitting back and hinging, lifting the arms a little for triceps. Your palms are facing up to the sky, to the ceiling. You got 6 more. And 5, 4, 3, and 2, and last one. Go ahead and bring the leg down if it was out. You're gonna hinge forward and you're gonna give me little pulses up with the arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring the arms towards each other. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, let's do the other side. Okay, arms slightly lifted, hinge forward, sit back, lift the arms a little more, palms facing away from you, and come up. And last 6. Keep lengthening out from the crown of your head. And 4. 3. Last 2. And last one. All right, bring that knee back. Now have the palms face your body. You're gonna sit back a little, hinge forward. Bring the arms back behind you. Keep the elbows up, and then you're gonna bend at the elbow, and then press back out. And 7, 6, squeeze those shoulder blades together. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and relax. Okay. Next. Okay, so now we're gonna go into our band section. We're almost done. Well, 15 minutes.
What'd she say?
Bands.
You know what, let's do this one because it's the only one in this section that's down on the ground, and then we'll stand up.
Okay.
Place it above your knees, on your thighs,
Oh, Lord.
and then you're gonna grab your heavy weight and place it, so we'll come into a bridge position. And you're gonna place it on your hips like this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna lift your hips up, you're gonna push the knees out to the sides,
One way.
back in, lower the hips.
Okay.
We're doing that 20 times. Whenever you're ready, let's go. Lift the hips, open, push into the band, close, and lower the hips. Don't forget to breathe. You've got 15 more left. Last 12 here. Keep the abs engaged, keep the butt squeezed. Last 10. Well, 6 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. And last one. All right.
Ow.
Off. And now we're gonna come up to standing. Overhead light off. And set the weight aside for a second. We'll come back to it in a minute. So bring your feet slightly turned out. And we're gonna go into our squat and then the lateral raise with the band, right? So we're gonna do that 20 total. We're gonna alternate sides. Squat, lateral raise. Keep your chest lifted as you squat. Push into your heels as you come up. Last 10. Six more. 5. 4. 3. 2. My watch is talking to me.
That's okay.
1. I haven't figured out how to turn it off. All right, let's get rid of the band. And we're gonna grab our heavy weights, and you want them to be heavy here because we're not doing much with the arms, we're just holding them over our shoulders like this. We're gonna go for our reverse lunges, 20 alternating legs. You're just gonna step back into your lunge, and then come back. And then other side. Make sure you're not resting your weights on your shoulders like I was just totally cheating.
Glad you can't see me.
Oops. Got 14 more. Ten. And 6 more. 4.
Altitude.
3. And last one. Lower the weights for a second. We're gonna go into 20 squats with holding our weights above the shoulders. So wide stance, wider than your hips. External rotation, arms up, go in a squat. Just squats, 20 of these. Going. Ten more. Eight. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And last one. All right. Lower the weights. And we're gonna come onto all fours again. Okay. So, let's try to do this one. Okay. We're gonna keep our knees off the ground, so you're gonna tuck your toes, keep your knees off, and we're gonna go for shoulder taps 20 times.
Okay.
But slow, take a break if you need to, and then just keep going.
Okay.
Ready? Float your knees off, and shoulder taps, opposite shoulders. 18. 15. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Go into your child's pose. Okay. Come back up. We're gonna do 10 on each side of these guys. You're gonna come into your plank. We're gonna lift your right leg up like you're coming into a single leg lifted downward dog. And then you're gonna bring your right knee to left elbow. And then back, downward dog. And right knee to left elbow. And you got 8 more. We're almost done, you guys. If someone didn't forget the foam rollers, this wouldn't be this hard.
I asked him if he had everything.
She asked me, and I said yes. And I forgot. And I went in the car. Or in the van.
Last 2. Last 1. And take a break. Go into child's pose. All right. Let's go over to the other side. Back into your plank. Lift your left leg up. Lift the hips. Oh, sliding. Left knee to right elbow, shoulder, right elbow. Six more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. And back to your child's pose. Okay, last exercise. We're gonna do 10. We're gonna go from a plank to a side plank to a plank to other side of the side plank. So, starting with a plank, you're gonna twist, lift the arm, back to a plank, and then other side. Okay? 10 times, 10 total. But don't rush through it. Stay in those planks for like 2-3 seconds. Go ahead. Open up, hold it.
10 total or 20?
10 total.
Okay.
Again, don't rush through it. Stay in the side plank for 2 seconds. Come back to plank. Stay there for 2 seconds. And then switch.
That makes it harder.
Yes, I know. And you've got 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. And back to your plank. Bend your knees. And relax in child's pose. Okay. Let's do a couple of stretches. Let's do a little hip stretch. So I want you to stay like a, kind of like a child's pose position with your legs, but separate your feet a little bit. And we're gonna rock forward, dropping our hips forward, and then bringing them back to our heels. And then rock forward and back. Let's do that 3 more times. 2. Last one. We're gonna do one of the, what I consider the best glute stretches. Like a pigeon stretch in yoga. You're gonna bring one knee forward. The other leg back like this. And if you can, bring your foot a little bit closer up. So it's not necessarily parallel to your knee, but somewhere in that area. And then come back into that. Get it. And then you can lower into your elbows if needed. If not, stay up wherever you feel a stretch. Come back up. Come into your plank. This is how we go to the other side. Then you're going to lift the opposite leg up into that downward dog. Bring the knee to your chest. Lower it. Switching legs this way for the stretch.
Oh, this one's a lot tighter. Oh. Holy shit.
You all right?
Nice. This side's a lot tighter.
Maybe remember, you can come stay up on your hands like this too. You don't have to lower. If you feel a stretch there, you stay there. Okay. Come back out of this. Let's do one more stretch for the arms. And you're gonna grab opposite elbow like this, and you're gonna push the arm back. And then I'm gonna turn back so you can see what I'm doing. Take that hand, that right hand, and then try to grab your fingers. Ooh. If you can't, that's okay. Maybe if you have like a towel or something that you can hold on to with both hands.
The TheraBand.
Or a TheraBand, yes.
It's okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch. Do this one first, push it back. And then take your other hand and try to reach back and grab the fingers. This side is very different for me.
Yeah, but me too.
Oh, I can reach it quite comfortably. The other one I couldn't.
This one's harder on me.
And release. And then roll your shoulders back. And then roll them forward. And we are done.
Thank you.
Oh,
Whew.
thank you. Next Wednesday, I'll be in Austin and Susie will be in Memphis, but we'll
Yeah.
do it I'll be in the park and she'll,
I'm gonna be in Port Aransas again, so I'm gonna be online.
okay. Oh, no, then we'll all be online.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right, have a good one, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Where's-